Okay, I'm going to try and make this quite quick because my internet service is temperamental, and there's nothing more annoying than trying to upload a video then suddenly the internet clicks off. Okay, I want to talk about the issues of unemployment and the Tories. It's something I've covered before, it's something I've got strong views on, but it's been a while actually since I made a video on this, but basically the Tory party have just had their conference in Birmingham, and in the light of that, David Cameron has put a survey on his Facebook page. It's something they regularly do. All political parties do it. But predictably, the survey was entirely biased and geared towards their way of thinking. The question was basically, we want to hear your thoughts on benefits and unemployment. And I didn't do the survey because I'm not going to contribute to their agenda, but I looked at it and it was predictably all the questions were geared to make them look good and sort of be populist and basically attack the unemployed. Things like, do you think too many people are living on the dole, this sort of thing. Now, a few things I want to really emphasize. In all of these videos, I try to make it abundantly clear that I'm not naive. I am fully aware that there are people out there, and there isn't a small number of people, there are quite a lot of people who abuse the system, who are very selfish, who make no attempt whatsoever to find work whilst taking state money, and they have a very selfish attitude. And that's wrong. It is wrong. It's wrong on the taxpayers, and it's not progressive for society. I understand that, I get it, okay. But what I cannot tolerate, what I cannot stomach, is the Tories' agenda of collective punishment. It is collective vilification, and it's collective punishment. Collective vilification, because they make no attempt whatsoever to differentiate. Whenever Ian Duncan Smith or others speak, they never ever differentiate between those who abuse the system and those who don't. In other words, they say all claimants are one and the same. That is the message that they send out, and it's the message that they've been sending out since 2010. And also it's collective punishment because they want to make the system as soul destroying as possible. I've been through it, I know what it's like, and they want to make it as soul destroying as possible. So really, this survey is not a survey at all. It's just part of their further campaign to distort and to stir up hostility towards unemployed people, and it sickens me, quite frankly. Of course, there were a lot of predictable comments under that, typical Tory-esque comments. One guy claimed that claimants should only what was it he said? Yeah, only those deserving. No, I want to get this right. Sorry, I'm a little bit pissed off right now. What he said was, only those who have contributed should get money. Otherwise, they should only get food stamps. Now, I'd like to know what his definition of contributed is. So I looked a bit down this thread, and basically he was talking about those who have a 9-to-5 job. That just got me really angry because it's the sort of ignorance that many Tories have towards this issue, and actually that's what makes it worse. I don't know if it even is ignorance, because we live in a country where people have access to knowledge and to facts, and there is not heavy censorship, so you can find out these things. It's not like no one can really plead ignorance in Britain today. So for him to say something like that just shows how cold-blooded many Tories are. I mean, given a choice, they'd probably bring back workhouses. So then someone else said that White D is appearing at the Tory conference, or had appeared. That made me very cynical, because White D is a reality TV star. She appeared on the show Benefit Street, also set in Birmingham, which was basically about a street that had a high level of people on welfare. It was a very controversial show. It was seen as exploitative by some, seen as just showing the facts by others. But basically, to me, I'm automatically cynical about that, because what they are doing by bringing her to the conference, and like I say, she would be an example of someone who really gives claimants a bad name. Now, by bringing her to the conference, what they're blatantly doing is saying that she represents all unemployed people. And that's the sort of distortion they are guilty of. They're basically turning their Tory conference into the Jeremy Kyle show. And it's a joke. A bad joke. What they're going to do is, I mean, my goodness, I didn't see it, but you know, it's disgraceful. It's like bringing a Muslim on stage and saying they represent all Islamists, or bringing a black person on stage and saying they represent all gangs in London, something like that. This is the worst sort of distortion when a political party tries to turn the majority against the minority. And it's what they've been doing ruthlessly since 2010. Look, if the Tories were just targeting people who abuse the system, I wouldn't have a major moral objection to that, because it is wrong. But this is the party that defends bank bonuses. This is the party that defends the Murdoch empire. This is the party that just doesn't get it, this notion of unfairness in this country. The Tory notion of fairness, in my view, is perverse, because their view of fairness is hammering and slandering the most vulnerable people in society, and literally driving people to suicide. Tories can scoff at that idea, but these are facts. This is what's happening in Britain today. People are being driven to suicide because of the pressure they face directly from government policy. This is shameful, utterly shameful, and it will be a large part of David Cameron's legacy. I'm going to leave it there, but it's just outrageous that they continue to do this, and I hope they lose next year's general election. I have many areas of contention with the Labour Party, but what the Tories are doing is just, it's shameful, utterly shameful. What they're doing is collective vilification and collective punishment. Collective vilification because they make no attempt whatsoever to differentiate between those who try their level best to do what they can do and those who don't. They make no attempt whatsoever to differentiate. I mean, their billboards in 2010 were slandering all unemployed people. Okay? It makes me so angry, but I'll leave it there.